Welcome to Conversations with. I am Shayla Shay.
It's me, girl Michelle, with one.
Brother Love, DJ Big Rob.
What's up, everybody? What's been going on? Good to see you. Hey.
What's going on, ladies? How y'all feeling?
Doing good, doing good.
I'm good. I won't complain.
How was y'all week?
It's been a good day. The week has been great. I will not, I don't know what I do. I just chilled out. I took advantage of the sun and fun, and now it's on.
It's ready on and popping.
Ready for Sunday.
Yo, it's crazy. I heard it's like 90 degrees there.
Yeah, I wasn't outside at all.
Yeah, I heard it was a real nice weekend.
Yeah, Shay was over here by me last night, so we kind of did a little video shoot with my daughter, upcoming rapper.
Yes,
it was fun. It was
so much fun. It was so much fun. Yes,
I definitely heard
it.
I like the song. She's extra talented.
Yeah, she got some talent, definitely.
Yeah. Definitely. Let me be that Barry Gordy.
And she's a fun person, right? So it's like even while we doing it, we having a good time. So that's the part that I love.
So you trying to be the executive producer?
Yeah,
I'm in the videos.
I'm
executive produce that too.
She might not want you to. When I tell her all the trouble you be giving us.
Exactly. Like, hold on.
Definitely. Yeah. I'm on the road, traveling, moving around. I'm in Florida now. Clearwater, it's a really, really nice city here. It's nice and it's crowded. It's packed. I can't wait to finish the show. Like, we got to get through this. I got to go.
So you just want to rub it in your face, like you by the beach and all of that stuff. All right, we get it.
I'm about to do a little swimming, little nighttime dip.
Yeah. So when we get off the show, I'm gonna go lay down.
I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna paddle around.
That's what I'm gonna do. You see what I'm saying? He's like, I'm going to the beach and going.
You got your swimming trunks on?
Oh yeah, got what
right
Speedos.
Now?
Oh, right Lord,
you got your Speedos on?
Those Speedos that's coming to Cabo?
It's all gonna hang out tonight.
Lord. Are they small?
Cabo, huh?
Are they small?
Nah. They a little tight. They a little tight, but we working it out.
Well, you know what you need to do. You got a few months.
Pinky's gonna be just fine.
Insider. No one knows what that means except Glow.
Oh gosh. DJ.
Yes.
Get yourself together, man. What's trending these days? What's going on?
Oh man, we ain't gonna do our toast. I'm saying I don't want to I was talking about this podcast that I executive produced downstairs. Everybody's loving me, so they might be watching right now. You know how it is.
All right. So the people at the whatever hotel you at
that's about to see you in your Speedos.
In my Speedos, I'm coming, baby.
We're gonna toast to them.
I'm coming.
All right.
Let's get to this trending topic though.
So
Bobby Brown. Bobby. Yes, he has another documentary coming out. And then he has the reality show for his kids. Shout out to Bobby Brown. I was watching an interview that he was on, and it's funny. Charlamagne asks us all the right questions. Shout out to Charlamagne. He asked it. He said, "Well, how many of these are you gonna do?" And Bobby replied. He said, "Well, it's different points in my life, and stuff keeps happening."
Okay.
So this is what this is about. So the reality show, the reality part is actually a look on him and his new set of 3 kids.
Yeah.
So he has like a new family. I think the oldest son with her is Cassius. He's 12.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a cool kid though. Like, I don't know him, but the concert, he brought all his kids out on stage.
Okay.
And that was just crazy. That was really, really super dope. So it's a more look on the inside of him and his family. He was explaining. And then they was talking about the documentary, and they played a couple clips of it. It seems like it's going to be really deep.
Yeah, I'm I love Bobby anyway, so I've been a fan since forever, through it all. So anything that Bobby put out, I'm watching. So I didn't get a chance to watch. I saw my cousin sent me a clip. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I did click on a few minutes of it, and he was talking about some deep stuff that I never heard him talk about before. So
yeah,
it's definitely going to be interesting.
Brings you to a different person too, right?
Absolutely,
and that's another
absolutely.
thing. Like this new family he has
knows
Bobby in a different way. Yeah, I know, right?
Well,
we ain't about that life.
I'm not ready. I am not ready.
Well, I'm saying, I mean, but for him, because he was so deep down in the bottle, it was a whole different type of situation for him.
Down in the bottle.
It was in the bottle.
It was really deep. So another thing is, so when I'm doing a lot of traveling, I tune into like YouTube, watch a lot of podcasts. I was actually watching Drink Champs, and I saw Tank. I looked at the Tank episode. He's like one of New Edition's biggest fans. And he was like, he explained how he felt about Bobby Brown and how he actually was when he left the group, he became the household name. And he was talking about that was one of the first tours that he ever went to, one of his first concerts that he went to go see. And he was like, Bobby tore New Edition up. So he really gave it out. He gave it up. But that's another good episode to watch too.
Bobby was definitely a force to be reckoned with. He had his issues, but he definitely was the superstar.
Yeah, he was really, really great. But what's interesting about when he was talking to Charlamagne, he actually said a lot of the crazy stuff that he did, he wanted to go solo. So that was the reason for him always going left and always doing what he wanted to do, because he always wanted his own record deal on his own. Wait a minute.
What you telling me is that Bobby wanted to get kicked out?
He sabotaged it. Yeah, I'm telling you, got to watch the interview. It was a really, really great interview.
Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out, because he seemed to be a little disappointed that he got kicked out.
It's funny how after you get kicked out, you say,
"Now you want to be kicked out."
Quit. They didn't fire me.
Y'all ain't kick me out.
That's right.
But here's another thing on this too. So I got to talk about the wife. Because it's like on the interview they had it on the People's TV show, whatever. Again, something I saw on YouTube, and they asking Bobby questions, and it's like she's answering everything.
Because he's slow with the answer.
He's answering everything, and it's like sometimes it's like, dude, like do you have a voice? Like, I'm trying to figure this out on my own. Like, and it was points in his life that she wasn't even there. She wasn't even a part of. But they did talk about how they got back together 25 years later. They had a little fling. And that was actually Whitney Houston's associate.
She used to work for Whitney.
Yeah. Are you telling me that Bobby Brown was messing around with her for a moment and then they got back together?
They got back together years later.
He was with Whitney?
Yeah.
Was he messing with her before Whitney?
I don't
think so.
Listen, I ain't gonna spread no rumors, but like I said, I know he said that they hooked up a couple years. They hooked up 25 years later, and she was really, really his friend, and she's very supportive of him, and she is.
Yeah, and according to the first document, well, not the first document, but the series, the mini series, the biopic, they were supposed to be really good friends. Like really close friends.
Yeah, because last I heard it was Teddy Riley's ex-girl too.
See that whole thing? That's why you can't. You got to
messy.
I ain't want to talk.
You know what I'm saying? That's messy. We don't care who she was, doing it to.
I'm just hey.
She's doing it to TDJ. I mean Bobby.
You're gonna be on there like, did she almost say my name trying to start trouble?
Shout out to Bobby Brown though. I'm so happy for him.
Well, I hope that things are good for him, that he's at a point in his life where, you kind of settle down and you make it through some of that trials and tribulations. And you come out on the other side and you're in a good place. Absolutely. So I'm hoping that's what we hear when we see this documentary.
But people going to pick it apart no matter what it is. They're going to find something wrong. They're going to say this. They're going to say that. So just expect all of that. But I'm just happy for the brother because he done been through a lot.
Yeah, he does.
A whole lot.
I didn't even realize how famous this guy was. Like when I went to see the concert, it was like everybody was just wait on Bobby. It wasn't even about the group. It was like Bobby. And it's amazing though. But shout out to them 40 years in the game. Yeah. What can we say? Best R&B group ever.
Ever. New Edition for life.
Yes. So I want to do our little plug before we get going because we got to go to the next segment. But if you are on, right, check us out. We got Twitch, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, iHeartRadio, Blue Rain Radio. So like us, tag us, share, and let's get this conversation going. Before we do that, do y'all know what time it is?
What time is it?
It is time for Let Me Ask My Cuz.
Let me get the Floridian dance song going. Oh.
Hey, go. Let me ask my cuz.
Can't stop. Won't stop. Hey,
it's the cuz, y'all.
Wish no one else.
Go, cuz.
We're gonna get Tisha to help you with that.
Go, cuz. Go. We need Tisha on this. We need Tisha on this track.
Tisha on that one for sure. I don't know what that was. It was like white toast. It was like white toast.
That was pretty bad. We're gonna record it and make lots of money. Watch.
That's it.
It's gonna go viral.
Okay, I hear you.
Yo, one more thing. Did y'all see Puffy open up the Billboard Awards?
No.
Yo, my guy is still doing it. Shout out to Puff, man. That's my guy. He's
shout
still doing
Puff,
it 30 years later.
Doubt it. And
he's
shout out to the
all in the videos.
All of the videos.
Never let it go.
What's up, Rob?
Yo, Storm, save that plate for me. I'm on my way.
Oh, here we go again.
Yes.
Anyway,
with his speedos on. So can I ask the question for Let Me Ask My Cuz?
Yes.
Right quick. Okay.
First
so
question.
This question is: do men have less attachment to their ex than women?
What's funny?
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let y'all go.
No,
you have at it, DJ.
Do men?
I'm sure you have something to say.
Cause it's probably a little bam issue.
Oh, here we go.
But the attachment is if it was good or not.
Okay, I need you to read the question.
That's the only way. I'm telling you. I'm telling you is men have an attachment to a woman when it's over. No, I'm explaining that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Give me a minute. Let me do what I do here. Then you do what you do. You understand? So we attach ourselves physically. Once it's over, it's over. She crazy. She goes in the jar at something because they did something wrong. But if it's good, it's an exception. Because you're gonna think about that, like, oh wow, wonder how she do it. That's what it is. But yeah, I think that women have I think that men do have less attachments.
Okay.
But women stay very attached because it's hard to fill Ra's shoes. So
First, I want to just go back to this fool saying that the women go in a jar. Did you hear that?
I don't even know what that means. I heard the foolishness. I knock him out when he says.
Let me explain. Hold on.
Radar, and then I just black out.
I keep forgetting I'm dealing with emotions. It's not a jar like that. All right. So what it is that men, it's not, you like, okay, what about your ex? Oh, she's this, or she did that, or it's this, not really putting a jar, but it's just saying, it's going to be something that relates to that man when it comes to that woman. Oh, girl, crazy, that woman, crazy as hell.
Are you done?
Yeah, because I just want to.
Are you done?
Okay.
I'm done. I know you've been waiting too.
So I can give you my emotional answer. Since that's what you're saying. I'm gonna give you my emotional answer. Mr. DJ, brother love that you call yourself.
Sorry,
I disagree with you. Yes, I do. I do think that men have more of an attachment to their exes than women, from my perspective, and I'm gonna say why. And my why is because most times after they break up, it's a difference. It really depends on the situation too. It's situational for me. If the breakup was good, if we just kind of said, you know what, let's not be together, which rarely happens. Like, it's usually some circumstances that created a breakup.
Nah.
I know you're not gonna cut me off.
No, I'm not. I'm just listening.
So if that dude was not good to that woman, I'm speaking from my own perspective because they all want me back. All of them.
Oh yeah, because you got the good. That's what I'm telling you.
I don't listen. My kids watch the show.
Okay? That's why you got them kids.
That don't have nothing to do. Why? So you just really feel like it's all about the sex that would make a man want a woman back?
I'd like
no.
Yeah.
Okay. So even if that's the case, then that means they're still attached, right? Most times when women are done, they are done. No,
they're not.
May I? Don't say what the hell we say. You get ready to tell us about women again, right? Here we go. Let me just go again. You're gonna listen. You're gonna listen. I think that men have more of an attachment because oftentimes when the relationship is over, it's been over for the woman way before it actually ends. So we have already emotionally disconnected from the relationship. Agreed. Right? Men are blindsided oftentimes. And so they like, oh my God, what the hell? What you mean you're leaving me, baby? No. Crying and shit.
That's when crazy come out. Right. That's when crazy
come out, right? And we like calm down, like right, because we're already emotionally detached from the situation. So that's why I feel men, right? Because they don't have closure in that way. Go ahead with your little fingers.
Go ahead. Talk.
Anyway, listen to me. I need y'all to understand something.
No, we don't want to.
I need really, I need y'all to understand this. Shay, you're 100% right. Usually when it's, what you mean? What they do that. Men do that. But the thing is, when you're a good man, they don't get over you.
If you was a good man, we wouldn't be breaking up.
No, that's not true. Because everybody ain't for everybody. I don't break up bad. You understand what I'm saying? I'm friends with a lot of my exes.
They hate you.
Okay, listen.
They might be in it for the salami.
Listen, I ain't gonna get into all that. I'm just saying. But when you're a good guy by nature,
it's the salami.
Well, you know.
They don't care about you.
I thought we remixed it to Pinky. But what I'm saying is that, you know, when you're a good guy and you're a good-hearted guy and you're a nice person, once the drama's over, once the breakup goes down, whatever the case may be, and everybody gets back into their bag and, you know, get back to living life and get out their bag and get back to their corners. Usually, if you're a good guy, a nice guy, yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm friends with a lot of my exes.
So am I.
Yeah, see?
Me too.
Good girl. Because y'all got that good. Shout out to the good girl.
I think it has a lot to do with how you break up. And you treat each other break up during and after. Yeah, there are a couple that I just would duck, you know.
If it's a dude that's just sticking around because he your friend and he has a little attachment, it's good. I'm telling y'all. If it's no good,
you can't stick around. There's no stick around.
They have to go away.
But they don't.
Oh, they do.
They have to.
They have to.
Well, shout out to
on Facebook Messenger. I put up a little wave hand, and that's the end of the story.
Yeah, but they be hollering. But then that's the thing. That's
you don't get conversation either.
Right, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. They be hollering. You know, you sitting there.
I will answer with an emoji.
No, I block. I don't do that. I block. I don't got time for that.
I do I understand that, but 9 times out of 10, when he's hollering, it's something it's physical because the emotions is gone already. We broke up.
Are you saying that a man has emotions? Oh, look at that.
No, men control their emotions. Think logical.
Don't clean it on up, sir.
You understand what I'm saying? It's good.
He's not logical.
Period. Let's move on to the next question now.
Yes,
and the next question. I got something to say about everything. I'm ready.
You ain't ready. Do you think family size affects self-esteem? What do y'all think about that?
Well, do I get to answer first?
Yes, you can go first.
All right. Coming from a very large family, I think that it provided great self-esteem, right? Because my family is full of jokes. And if you got any little something about you that could be laughed at, joked at, we tease and laugh and love you anyway till it is no longer an issue to the outside world. You step out like, yeah, I got a big head, but I'm still dope because we done called you big head since you was a baby.
And that's your answer.
Well,
okay.
That's my answer.
I think so. This is funny because, all right, my daughter, you know, she was raised in Atlanta with her mom, right? But all her family is here. So I believe the family size, it does make your self-esteem better. You understand what I'm saying? Because when it's just like you gotta think about this, and it's funny. Everybody that's the only kid sometimes is a weirdo. A lot of the time, you're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, that's he. It's the only kid." You know, you ain't had nobody to play with. You know, so you know it. I really do feel like a bigger family helps you with your self-esteem. You communicate a lot better. You're better with jokes. You don't take things so personal. Like think about every guy, every man or woman, you can't crack a joke on them. They be bugging out. Like they really take that serious.
Not my family. We have a good time with each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In a very loving way, right? But God forbid you do something great. Oh my goodness, you will never hear the end of it either. Yeah. So we big on praising each other in every possible way. So
yeah,
you just go out in the world like, well, I'm loved.
Yo, so I got a friend down here. My daddy said he my brother, so he's my brother. But his daughter is graduating next week. They gave this man 10 tickets. When I tell you the town loves this family, shout out to my man Mike. Yo, Mike and Tiffany, y'all did a great job with your daughter. 60 people are bum rushing her graduation.
Nice.
60 because they're army. It's an army of them. You understand what I'm saying? But and the kids are great. The kids are really, really great. Like they have really great kids. So yeah, I think
let's have a moment with Prince. Sorry that Rashay said you was a
weirdo. Offended Prince, so we don't want to offend anybody.
Yeah.
And okay, now I have something to add to this whole thing. It depends on the dynamics of the family. I'm more so thinking of the immediate, not aunts and uncles and cousins. I'm thinking about in your home, the siblings,
right?
And being because they have a thing called the middle child syndrome. Right. That's what I'm saying. I feel that it can affect your self-esteem. I mean, of course, you have your outside family rooting you on, but if inside your home, it depends because one child may feel slighted. One child may feel that they're getting attention. This child may not, because two parents can only give a certain amount of attention to a child, at a time. So, but if it's not divided equally, then it could be a problem. Ask Tisha, because she's the middle child. Ooh, she'll be on a little later. We can ask her about that.
I don't know because is that the middle child syndrome or is it the baby child?
Well,
because
everybody has their own.
I'm the baby
I think
child,
the thing is, I'm the youngest.
As a grown man, I'm spoiled.
Yeah, I think that the middle child has the thing because she's not the first anything.
Right.
Because Tisha, the middle's not, because TJ was the oldest and TJ was the first everything, first grandchild on both sides. So he got everything. He was spoiled. Then along come Tisha Tisha was the first girl.
How many kids you got? No, wait.
Man, shut your mouth. And then I got Elijah, the baby, because then the baby is like, oh, the baby. And now here comes the middle child, and still the oldest, the prodigal son that everybody praises. And then here's the middle child. So I really think
you had 5 kids, right?
I still think that really kind of messes things up. So
what do you think
somebody's going to get more attention? I think that somebody's going to get more attention because especially depends on how they act. Now, if you have a child that's doing all the right things, then that child is going to be praised. Then you have a child that may not be doing all the right things. That child is going to get their ass beat. Probably more than the older child. So
you know what's funny is, okay, so I got 2 kids with 2 different women, but every time I talk to either one of my kids, and they're 8 years apart, it's always the same question. I'll be like, oh, yo, we're gonna go do this for the summer. My son, is Skylar gonna be there? Oh, Skylar, is Christian gonna be there? It's like it's weird.
Some sort of competition or yeah.
It is like that. It's really competitive, and it's weird. It's really weird sometimes. But like I said, I think that when you're raised in a home, even like you said, even in a personal setting, right, with just you and your immediate family, you have a better way about handling things in life. You communicate better. You understand what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you, the only kid, like, that's a new rule in my book. If I find out a woman's the only child, I'm hesitant to date her.
You know, that's interesting. Me too.
I'm hesitant to date her too. Yeah, and if they got daddy issues and they ain't over it, that might be an issue too. But that's for another show. You know, but yeah.
Yeah, I want to date. I want to be with someone who comes from a big family.
From a big family,
that,
yes.
Yeah, because they
don't understand. They don't understand when you go.
Why you got to go to birthday parties every Saturday?
Why you got to go Christmas? Oh, it's Rah birthday. It's Dad birthday. It's a problem. They're weird. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. It is a I mean, I guess it could go both ways. Then it can affect it, and then in some instances, it might not. When you think about immediate family, I mean, a large family. See, I have a large family, but my family, we're not close knit. I don't have a close family because we're all over everywhere. So I grew up with me and my brother.
I have a very large family, and we're very close knit.
And you know, it's funny with the, like you said, a lot of the times it kind of depends on, like, my mother's like the big mom of the family, right? So we can't have beef in my family. It's like if I'm beefing with one of my sisters or my sisters beefing with one another, or now it's the grandkids that are involved. Yo, we got to have this family meeting, and I didn't raise y'all. The big mom makes a big difference in the family. Shout out to the big moms.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. I totally agree. You got to have a matriarch. You know, that definitely plays a part in the dynamics of the family.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So, and this is a great question to segue into our topic. So we had a show, one of our seasons, like, I don't even know, a couple seasons ago, where we brought on 2 guests, and we was talking about bridging the gap between the generations. So they came on and gave us a little bit of input on how they think that we could bridge the gap between generations. So today we're bringing the same ones on, and we're going to talking about how to create healthy boundaries as adults, because as parents of adults, it can sometimes get a little bit shaky because sometimes we may not know where those boundaries lie, and sometimes they may not know where those boundaries lie. So it kind of works both ways. So we're going to bring on Tisha and Tyler.
Tisha and Tyler. Welcome.
Welcome.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Welcome back to the show. I think
they are muted. Hold on.
They are
muted. They should be muted. Leave them muted. They got to speak up a little bit because they're a little low. No, don't unmute.
There you go. Can you hear me now?
You got to leave them muted.
Good. How about now?
Yo. Speak.
Speak, Lord.
All right, so we're gonna have to work with what we got because they do sound a little low, but we're gonna figure this out. Hi, y'all.
Welcome.
Thank you. What's up? Glad to be back. Conversations with my cousin them.
The last time. Yes.
Yo, Tisha, before you leave, I got to hear that Understanding song one time, girl.
I got you.
And it's a little delay too. So we are talking about creating healthy boundaries between us parents and y'all adult children. Because sometimes I feel like y'all don't know what those boundaries are either, because you want to be treated as adults, but then you don't do adult shit.
Do either one of y'all want to speak to that?
We don't do adult shit. Who's telling that? Who's to say that we're not doing adult shit?
What is classified as adult shit?
That's a better question.
Good answer.
That was a good question.
Yeah, it was. It was a really good answer.
If I pay my own bills, I feed myself, I clothe myself, I clothe my possible children.
Shelter myself.
I shelter myself.
What are those things am I not doing?
Then there's nothing to be broken on.
Shout out to the youngins. That's one for the youngins.
Right.
It's one for the youngins.
Right. I got kids.
Yeah.
But now, in reality, right, there comes a point when parents have to realize that what they consider adult shit and what we consider adult shit isn't really their business. Like,
for real.
And that's honestly because we're adults.
Agreed.
Remember when we used to ask y'all what y'all was doing and what y'all doing?
Say hell if I don't pray.
My mother business.
They used to hit us.
Yeah.
They hit us with that. To hell if I don't pray. Where you going? To hell if I don't pray.
My daddy's was my business.
Made you go pray. Made you go pray, right?
It's an awful.
But to hell if I
I
don't
just
pray.
want to know where mommy going, man.
But what I find interesting is that that doesn't work both ways, because you, Letitia, are always asking me where I'm going
for sure
and what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And
what do you
tell me? Why doesn't that apply to you?
What do you always tell me in return?
What do I tell you?
None of your business.
But I'm saying, no, I do things like this. If I'm gonna leave town, I call you and tell me you will leave town and don't say anything to me because you feel like you're an adult. Like, I never left town without telling my mother I was leaving town. Just because she's my mother and I want her to know I'm okay.
That ain't nobody business, mama.
That ain't nobody business.
That ain't nobody business.
It's more about safety than it is business.
Right.
It's more about
really
safety than it is business.
To the relationship, right? And the mutual respect, because it's such a struggle for young adults to get to the point where they have an opportunity to say, I'm being an adult. And part of that is severing the tie. Right? Because telling your mother where you're going all the time means that you're still checking in. And then if you're calling, let me know when you get there safely. Let me know when you're leaving. It feels like they're still being tethered to their parent.
I like that.
Check on me.
I like that.
Check
Tap in with me.
Wait,
make sure I'm good.
Check on me. Don't
show
check
me that you love me.
Yeah,
but you ain't got to put me. Don't try to put me in my place because that's already done. I'm already in my place. I'm in my lane. But I said, stay in your lane and get a ticket. Overcoming victim.
It's about.
But you know what, too? Yo, shout out to Raleigh. Son, I got them Speedos on. I'm about to jump in that water. But anyway,
Speedos.
Listen. One thing I do understand with the kids, right? Is the younger generation is even with my daughter. What I learned what not to do is really comment and ask a lot of questions because they're going to tell you what they want to tell you.
True.
You understand what I'm saying? And another thing, for my daughter communicates more with me now because I'm that voice to listen to at the same time. You understand what I'm saying? So at times is I don't ask where you going, what you doing, because technically you've grown. You understand? What I want you to tell me, but if that's you, I ain't gonna stress myself because these kids is crazy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So at the same time,
on a need to know basis.
Yeah, it's on a need to know basis. And then it's right. But
that's what it is.
I'm gonna tell you the flip side of this though, because sometimes I feel like my daughter don't know her boundaries. Like her mom came up with my grandson last month. You know, I'm somebody granddaddy, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my grandson. Okay. You know, but what I'm saying, okay, but so she comes up with the baby, we having fun. My daughter gets on the phone and calls me and said, yo, Dad, well, on the way back when mommy come down, can you go to stop 1 and get me 2 Fanta Leafs before she leaves?
She crossed the line.
Yo, she crossed the line. And I sit there and I said, yeah, okay, bet, got you. Click.
Wait, hold on.
That's really it.
You ever smoke with your daughter?
Smoke with her?
No, I don't smoke. I don't smoke. I'm high. I'm high.
She crossed the line. She violated.
No, right. That's
even if you do smoke, I think there has to be a point where
if he smoked with her, that's something totally different.
Honestly, even if he smoked, then he should understand.
Right.
But it's a dice game when you ask.
Yeah.
Off the
you
rip.
gotta know your parents.
Right.
Like,
you gotta know your boundaries.
With your parents.
Right. And sometimes I still have to say, like, yo, don't forget that I'm still your father.
Father, right?
You
and I think that's sometimes what happens a lot of time. I don't want to say they forget that we're with their parent. It's just they look at us a little bit different because they're grown.
But we're never ever gonna be your peer, and that's the problem,
right?
Y'all always think that we forget y'all our parents. How can we ever forget y'all our parents?
No, I didn't. I don't think you forget, but I do think that
you guys aren't disrespectful to us. It might
you guys raised us to be our own people, to have our own minds, and they get mad when we use it or be that person. You can't be mad at that.
No, I don't think we get mad when you use your mind. I think we get mad when you use your mind and do dumb stuff.
Again,
I think
that's not your business.
But you know, let me tell you something, Shal. And this a true story. So it all comes around in a circle. And this is how I learn sometimes. I just shut up. My daughter says to me 2 weeks ago, she says, Dad, you know, you should have taught me about men. I said, I taught you about men when you were younger. And I also told you should have stayed with your first stupid little boyfriend you had. You don't tell me, oh, well, he was a lame. I said, yes, now you got a baby and you running around, but it comes in full circle. So now, again, it's the same thing that's coming back, because now she's questioning on our relationship, but really she's saying, damn, I could relate to what my dad is saying. That's why sometimes it's just best to really stay quiet.
I think we get to a point where our children get to a certain age and they want to be independent, and we have a hard time letting it go because it has taken us a long time to get them to a certain point. And oftentimes they feel like they're ready to fly the nest before we know that they're not, right? Because for me, I've always been like, don't leave this house until you could leave and stay gone.
Don't ever
Otherwise, you're not ready.
Don't ever
you're
come back.
not ready. So if you're doing that, right, or you calling me to say, can I get $40? Or then, to me, you're not in that place yet, because I still have to worry that if whatever you've built falls apart, you're gonna wind up back here in my house, because
on my couch.
So it's hard to just be like, all right, I'm gonna just go ahead and live my life because my kid is good because they said they was.
But you know,
hold on. Again,
Tisha has something to say.
I got a lot to say.
Remember what she just said.
Again,
that was crazy.
Who is to say that the way we're adulting isn't the right way?
Well, for me, it's financial, right? Like a lot of it.
Well,
okay.
Hold on.
You asked me, and I was trying to answer you, but go ahead.
Let me just finish.
You put a question mark on the end of that.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know, it's parents who ask their kids for money as well, for $40 to pay that. Let me hold $100. Let me hold $500. You know what I'm saying? You can't say you're not an adult because you're asking your child to borrow money. It
depends on the circumstances, and that's what I was going to say when you cut me off about financial, right? If you're in a situation where you've moved out and you got rent, you got bills, and whatever the case might be, and you're not stable.
Oh, we lost Shay.
All right,
well, she'll be back in, but
I can't even finish her point. So when she comes back, she'll finish it.
She'll finish it. Yeah, but I understand what Shay is saying, but you know, it's like, how many times we done stepped in caca and had to come back?
Not caca.
Well, you know, I don't want to, get on, I'm trying to be Sunday. So, how many times that we had to circle back, and how many times did people talk to us and try to make it right? So at times it's like, I understand what I always go back to where I was at my kid's age. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I jumped out the window and did a lot of stupid stuff too as well. But at the same time I felt that if my mom or my dad would have handled things a little differently, maybe I would have got to see it another way. So that's so to me is that's how I handle my kids, because only thing we have to do to me is just be there when they fall. But guess what? They're going to trip.
Right. And I'm not saying don't help out, right? Because I'm sorry, the point that I was trying to make is about consistently needing help. Like you jump out the house because you over it. You don't want to, deal with being told what to do and you leave, but you're not in a place where you're stable. And so as a parent, it's a constant worry that, not only that you're out there doing foolish stuff because you're not mentally or emotionally mature enough. Like we got to just be like, good Lord, take care of them. But financially, right, is oftentimes where you wind up coming back to your parents for things in a consistent basis. We all get messed up sometimes and you need help. I mean, me and Michelle, we got each other. If something goes wrong, we could always lean on each other for things. But it's the consistency about it that you are in a place where you could be like, all right, my child kind of figured out some things, so I can relinquish some of that hold that I feel like I have. So that was my point about the finances.
My father used to
not a little bit of help here and there. I mean, that's what I get.
Right?
Tyler was trying to say something.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. What you saying?
The prodigal child is the son, or the prodigal son. The prodigal son is the son who always leaves home but always returns. Now, I didn't know this for years. What the hell he was calling me? He would just call me this, and I would just go with it because I thought it was cool. Now, my father actually one day just decided he was leaving his wife and said, "You got somewhere to go? You good?" And let me square my eyes. This is the morning before school, and I had to go to school. Yeah, I'm good, Pops, I guess. I went to school. Ended up catching a robbery that day and ruining my life, long story short. But sometimes parenting can fuck up a child's emotions, excuse my language, can mess up a child's emotions to the point where, like she was saying, the things that what we call a good adulthood, y'all don't have me saying, the way I had to learn how to be an adult, it was kind of harder than what he may have expected or wanted or feel like he taught me. But in all actuality, I taught myself. So it's like you only have with so much expansion to my knowledge. So it's like, if I learned all of these ways of life and ways of living on my own through survival, not through parenting, not through love, but through survival on my own without the parent, because a lot of things y'all don't see. That's a problem too. So a lot of the respect y'all don't give me, I feel like deep down I might deserve. Because in the streets, I get this respect. But in the house, I got to come in here and you snapping me around, telling me wash some dishes. You got to calm down, slow down. We have to set some boundaries.
You better wash some dishes.
Exactly. But at the same time,
I ain't gonna lie, if you under their roof, you better
right. Say it again. See, now, once again, before all this happened, right, before I moved out on my own, it was a period where I was wild, obviously. And he asked me this in a frustrated mind state to go, all right, since this little nigga thinks he's so grown, let's see if he actually can handle his own. As a man now and as a father, I can see kind of where the mind state may have been, but it was a stupid idea. Terrible. 17. Terrible. I literally caught a robbery that day and ruined my life. Literally. Wish it was an exaggeration, like perfect example of how to get caught up in this statistic. But then does that give my father the right to dictate my life when I come home from jail after he's already failed me? Put that on air quotes. Let's put that on air quotes. Failed me as a father, in the senses of what it would mean to be a failed parent, because your child going to jail, driving out of school, having a kid, doing drugs, selling drugs. These are all things that technically make you a failed parent. So where does the parent take responsibility?
By society.
You know what?
So y'all want all to say so, but when do you take responsibility? Yeah, I got an attitude. Why?
Shout out to the youngins.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
What he said on parenting, but he said a key thing. He said that his dad was going through a divorce, and he said to his son, "Are you good? You got somewhere to go?" Right? I'm gonna flip that around, because my dad told me, and watch the girl's face when I say this: never move in with a woman. Always have your place as a man,
absolutely,
to go somewhere. So, young man, I'm telling you that. Don't put yourself in that position.
Exactly.
Because those are the best jewels that I've ever had. I've never ever moved in with a woman in my life. I never did it. If I stayed there, I always had my own place. Because at sometimes we always have to have that structure and understanding as a man that we at least the bare minimum have a roof over our head.
Right. That's
the bare minimum standard as a man. You know, but like you said, that comes to parenting. And these little things stuck in my head, you know what I'm saying, as my dad used to drop little jewels. But yeah, parents do fail us. And now you said you're a parent now,
air
and that's
on the failure though. Air quotes on the failure. That's important to put air quotes on the failure.
Yeah, it is, and that's the thing is
done, one and two. They don't. It's not so much of a failure.
Ain't no rule book on this.
There's no rule book.
It's not a rule book.
Human being.
No rule book to this shit.
It's hard. Life is hard. And when you become an adult, and being a child, and talk to your parents, you realize that it's hard.
It is. You know what my mom told me?
A lot of shit. My parents did a lot of screw up, but I forgive them. Know why? Because life is hard. Those my niggas. Right. I feel you, Pops. I understand why you came home from work.
I would like to speak. I want to go back to the failed parents that he spoke of. I know you put the air quotes on it. So
we ain't doing that.
No, I'm not. Absolutely not. I'm not gonna take it personal. But I'm saying at the same time, a parent is it necessarily a failure on the parents when you choose to go out there and do the things that you do?
No such thing.
There's no such thing as a choice.
Remember, it's a child. Remember, it's your child. They don't have a choice.
That's not true.
I disagree.
If you want to try to run with that narrative, that's not true.
Right. At 17, you have a mind of your own. So
yes,
if you decide
between right and wrong,
those are your decisions as a human being.
Why was that our decision?
But see,
because you're a human being, the same way that as
a human, you create a human.
Okay, let me make it personal.
You know what?
Let me make it personal. When I was 17, my mother didn't. The only thing she could do was advise me on what she thought was best. But when I walked out of her door, I made my own decisions, good, bad, or ugly, because I was capable. I had choices.
Right, but listen,
why is because of the environment we were in. That's
right, but hold on. But hold on.
Wait, you're assuming that I'm talking about negative things. Hold on for 1 second, Rashid. What I'm saying is no matter what decisions I made when I walked out of my mother's door, right? Whether I decided I was going to go to school that day or whether I was going to cut school or whatever the situation was, as a human being, I had to make that decision. So if something went wrong, it was mine. Even though I was a child, I still chose.
All right, when you're a child, when you're a child,
right, well, hold on. Let me just say one thing. Hold on.
You're a baby, right? Hold on, real quick. When you're a baby, you don't know anything.
Right.
You only have human functioning resources that you are gonna know from birth, right?
You don't even know that.
You don't even know that for real. I have to teach my daughter. I have to hold her head up from first step to step on the graduation stage. Your parents are responsible. We're the only things on earth that's like that. When deers come out the moon, they're ready to walk. When elephants come out the moon, they're ready to walk and be in earth. We're not like that. We need nurturing for years. This is reason. This is not just physical. This is mental too. We need nurturing. I'm 28. It took me to be 28 years old to realize all of the things that my dad was giving me as advice were 90% correct. But I had to learn this based on what I had learned. See, now, had my parents took that step as parents, because it's their job, that's their sole job, solely their job to teach me them things.
Okay, so, let me ask you a question though. Do you take accountability and responsibility for that robbery charge you caught, or was that your father's?
Absolutely.
I take responsibility for everything I've ever done
as a man.
But we're not gonna.
You where you need to be at, because that's the thing. As long as you take accountability and responsibility for what you do in life, then you'll be fine. Our parents wasn't perfect, and it took me a long time to really understand it. But at the same time, my mom told me, she said I was the best parent that I knew how to be.
You absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? So at the same time is that, but I have to take accountability and responsibility for everything that I've done in life. So my parents, as a grown person right now, they out of Rod's picture. Whatever that, I had to work that out with my parents on my own. When I turned 21, I said what I had to say to them. I got it off my chest, and I moved on, because now I got to make me a better person.
Right.
You understand? And that's the part of adulthood that Shannon was saying about really you know, you guys might not be ready because
everybody doesn't get that closure though either, OG.
Huh?
And you don't, you may not.
That's important.
Nobody
not. But you may not.
Nobody does.
Right. I didn't get closure. I don't know if I got closure.
I need a sorry.
I understand as a parent that I've made mistakes with raising children. I understand as a child, a daughter, that my parents also made mistakes. Would I consider them to be failure as parents? Absolutely not. I consider them to be human. Correct. And making human mistakes in raising their children. So when you say failure, that means that puts a different spin on things. When you say those things, because I don't, I never looked at my parents as, and I get it, and I get it.
What society would make it
there's no such thing as failure. There's only less.
Society would make it believe that you're a failure.
There's no such thing as failure.
Yeah, because the society will try to, well, especially for us, black and brown people, everything. They will always make it seem as though you were raised bad. This is why you do the things that you do. So, but you can have a household full of children and only one will go left, and the rest of them will do well. So how do you categorize that? Is that a failure?
Or is that the child?
Or is that the child making choices?
It's a reason for everything. It's an action. It's a reaction for every action.
But see, as an adult, right? But see, as an adult, us as adults, we have to free our parents of that for us to move on.
We have to.
Everybody's not perfect. You understand what I'm saying? Like when my dad, right? When my dad passed, my dad was my man. He was my right hand. He became my man. But I had to get past all the nonsense that I went through as a child. And
you had to do it, right? Without him apologizing.
I had to do the work.
As an adult, right? And you sit back, like you said, and you taking accountability, right? So imagine just one day I'm sitting back because I had to sit in themselves, right? So I had a lot of time to sit back and think. And you taking accountability for all the wrongdoings you're doing, right? And you've done. And you're just thinking about how things got this way. And it's just like, sometimes you got to sit back and think, damn, had it just been an inch more, had my father woke up that morning and had the argument with his wife, but still said, let me make sure my son gets out of school and has somewhere to rest his head this day securely and not go to school with this on his mind. He wouldn't have ruined 5 more years of his life.
Where was the turning point?
Where was the turning point? What actually happened to make this occur? Why? You never asked why. For what cause? For what cause?
That's all we're saying.
Now, see, and then when I get to that point, it's still I get it. He was going through something emotionally. I've been through breakups. I get it. As an adult,
because he's human,
and
that's what we do.
But at the same time, where was your responsibility as a father? Because I'm just so responsible. I have no other parent in New York City. As a father, to go, let me make sure my 17-year-old child, rather this nigga, I quote unquote think he's grown or not, is good because he lives under my roof currently before he leaves this house for school. Where was his antennas?
Now, you know what?
Where does that come into play? Now, I can't sit around and blame fingers all day and go, Dad, you fucked up my life. No. And I have to take accountability for my robbery. Yes. But in the back of your mind, this is why it happened. No. And the fact that I can't get that sorry, it bothers the shit out of me.
I'm with you, but let me ask you a question. You on a personal, how are you with your dad now?
Oh, that's my man. Oh, and that's the point I make. This is my man. When I say,
got you.
T can tell you, I praise my father. I have one of the greatest fathers in the world. He told me damn near everything I know. He taught through Proverbs. That's why I tell a lot of stories.
Proverbs a woman. This is an intelligent guy. I tell every man to read the book of Proverbs.
On the other side though, he was 10%. He's a Mason, but that's neither here nor there. Just know he has some knowledge though, and the dude was so smooth that's why sometimes I personally feel like he owes me something because I know he knew better.
Just let it go.
Did you have that conversation?
Yeah,
with him. Yeah, because you could think that he knew better back then.
Sorry, he might say sorry, but it's not.
Yeah, but you got to get past that on your own with your kid.
That might be a sorry you might not even ever get.
That's not. I'm not gonna bring it up because I'm a man now. So it's hard for a man to express certain emotions without compromising his masculinity. That's another conversation for another day. Please bring me back.
However, right, and just because we're going to have to deal with that statement later on, it doesn't negate the fact that men have emotions.
Yes,
is that correct?
Yes.
That's of course. We always say that.
Act like we don't have emotions.
Oh, I don't.
We women only want men to have emotions when it's casual for them. When it's beneficial. If it's not beneficial for the woman, then it's like, why are you acting like that? Girl, because you hurt my feelings.
Y'all about to have a whole nother conversation about something else.
It's time together, though.
You never get enough of these two. That's what the problem is.
To wrap it up, because Rajay is about to adopt you. So I don't know.
We got to hang out, son. My guy.
Well, y'all already know you've been on the show before, so we ask all our guests at the end of every show.
We'll be outside.
Are you listening? Are you listening?
Flowers LLC.
Y'all are not listening. I need y'all to listen. Okay?
Sorry.
What is your personal affirmation that enlightens and empowers? Tyler.
He wants free promotion. Talk about what you're gonna say.
Flowers LLC.
I'm gonna let you. I'll give you a chance to put shout out whatever you want to shout out.
Every day, all day. One for the shorties.
I'm gonna give you the shout out. You can shout out whatever you want to shout out after you answer this question. What is your personal affirmation that enlightens, empowers, encourages, or entertains? It could be something funny or just something that you live by every day.
We got.
You wake up every day and what you say to yourself.
We tell about the gram. We even play fun little games like Guess That Weight.
I missed that. Repeat that.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
It's legal now, man.
Okay, Tisha. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, Tisha. What is your personal affirmation that enlightens, empowers, encourages, or entertains?
Get money. Simple and plain. Get money. Every day I tell myself, get money.
Okay, that's where you're living right now. Get money.
Yes, sir, Steve.
Tyler?
You've been through 100% of your bad days already.
I didn't hear him. What did he say?
You've been through 100% of your bad days already.
Not 99, not 98, not 97, not 50, but 100% of them days when you was like, damn, bro, I can't do this no more. I just want to die. You've been through all of those already. All of them. The moments when you couldn't have nothing left, you made it already. Like, you did it already.
We're here.
I love it. You're still here.
I love it.
You still got time to make it happen for yourself.
All right. Well, I know it took us a long time to get you back on the show, but I think we're going to have y'all back real soon because there's another conversation that we need to have with y'all, back. Okay? All right. Yeah, we need a segment. You're right. You're right.
So
you're right.
We need a segment with the conversations with the little cousins. We just got to get them to sit still long enough.
Right.
I can't sis. And just to let y'all know, it is
all right.
It's hot in Harlem, big.
Well, thank you guys. We're gonna end the show. We'll see y'all shortly.
Thank you for having us.
See y'all later. Thanks, guys.
ADHD.
The little cousins, huh?
Yes, the little cousins.
That's my guy. That's my guy.
Yeah, he got a new friend now. He got a new friend. Anytime somebody says something that might agree with something that he says, he wants to keep him.
I love it though.
I take it
as you guys know.
A young man to take y'all to school. Jeez.
Well, no, he didn't take us to school.
We all learned something.
We all learned something, and he had a whole perspective.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's we're not fighting you. You know that, right?
But
anyway, as we end every show with a shellism, and this week there comes a time in a parent's life when you need to let go of your child's hands and hope they have learned the lessons we as parents have taught them.
Absolutely.
And on that note, we will see you guys next week. Peace and love.
All right.
I'm Team Remy's on DJ Big Rob. As we bring y'all the Cabo Experience 2022, I'm bringing talent. I'm bringing Stiletto. I'm bringing Kenny Williams. I'm bringing DJ One, DJ Zah, DJ Storm, DJ K-Dog, and Uptown Zone, Jeff Ray. For more info, go to www.13remy.com. And you're drawing, hold up. Go to www.13remy.com as we bring you RL. 5 days, 4 nights, opening party in the sky. Check your day pool party. Madness party featuring Jeff Brand. All white Bon Voyage comedy show. Special performance by RL. Yes, Big Rod's gonna be on the dance. And I'm bringing my cousins with me.